This time I'm back to walking up Carn Brea. Last time I was here I think there was a strimmer and I was trying to shout above a strimmer. This time there's a barking dog and a helicopter. In my last video I mentioned that if I'm going to continue to do this I really need to get a gimbal so that my walks aren't quite so wobbly. I try to walk as evenly as I can, but I obviously don't do that. Anyway, this is autumn, walking towards Carn Brea. We're at the bottom of the hill at the moment and you can see the changes in the leaves. There's lots of flowers on the ivy now, which at this time of year is really important for the insect life, pollinators. Just starting to climb up to the monument now. Quite a long way to go still, but it's nice to see this little copse in its autumn colours. And the bracken has all changed colour now. It is drizzling a little bit today, and when it rains it goes a really deep, rich, burnt sienna colour, which informs my paintings a lot. Something that I want to do a lot more of when I have the time is painting the landscape, actually responding to the landscape directly. Lots of lovely beard lichen visible now. Now that the leaves have gone off the trees. This is a blackthorn. It's just absolutely covered. I'm now about halfway uphill, so I just thought I'd do a little panorama. Just behind that tree, the hill there is St Agnes Beacon, and then this is the town of Redruth. Some engine or pumping houses with the lovely bracken turning rust or burnt sienna. And then round to the 4 lanes mast. All the way around, all the brackens now turn colour. And there's the castle, which I'll link the other videos to this, but that's actually a folly that was built for the Bassett family as a hunting lodge. Each of the walks I've done have a different focus, I think. This one's usually about the views and the wind and the weather. Here you can see the edge of a roundhouse. I'll link the other videos to this, but these were excavated in the 1970s and there's a series of them, I think about 20 of the roundhouses. You can't see them so much in the summer, but as the vegetation starts to reduce you can find them again. Here's another one. This one's quite clear. They used to stream for tin on the hill, down the hillside, and I believe it was a green axe factory, and axes from this area have been found in archaeological digs all over the world. I'm just going to walk up to the monument and then I'll just do another view around. There's another roundhouse to the side there. Quite well preserved, some of them. Obviously without their roofs, but you can can see them quite clearly at this time of year. The very obvious thing about this walk is the change in the colours of the landscape. The last time I visited it was all about heather and gorse, and now it's just all about the bracken. The colour of the bracken, everything seems to just be this lovely rich deep ochre or burnt sienna. So ahead is towards St Ives. You can probably just see the coastline there around St Ives, and then Cambourne is the town just beyond the hill in the distance. And this area here is Tucking Mill, and then Poole. The college I teach at is just over there, and then all the way around back over to St Agnes Beacon, which is the hill on the horizon, and then the monument. And if we keep going round, Four Lanes Mast. Just over there is where I live. And then the village of True. And then back again, heading over towards Penzance. Just another view of the monument as I walk away from it and go back down the hill now. This lovely ochre grass, which I always comment on pretty much at all times of year actually, because it's just really enjoy the colour of it and the way it punctuates the landscape. As I mentioned, it's something that when I have a little bit more time I intend to do more of, just getting out into the landscape and responding to it in paint and drawing. So my walks might turn into sketch tours where we just sit and sketch for a bit and then move on. The last time I walked through this track, the bracken was up to my neck. It was almost over my head, and it still is, but now it's thinned down a lot. There's a lot of it on the floor and it's changed colour. It's all now this lovely rust colour. It's unfortunately quite brittle to print with. You can still print with it at this stage, but it becomes quite brittle. But it will be back in spring and I won't have to wait very long. And now that the bracken has reduced a little bit, we're back to the gorgeous lime green of this moss that grows on the walls. I'm sure there's numerous types of moss here. As I was saying in a previous video, there's just so much to learn about the natural world. It's easily a life's work just to get to know the things that are around me. And each year I try to build my knowledge, but it's like with a lot of things, the more you know, the more you get to know, the more you realise you have to learn. So it's a constant journey. Like being an artist is a constant journey. It's a lifelong journey, lifelong exploration, which is what makes it so interesting and exciting. This ivy here smells amazing. It smells like honey, and it's attracting lots of pollinators, flies, gnats, lots of things, lots of insects on it at the moment. It's so lovely to see the structure of the hawthorn trees now that they've got their leaves are off. You can always tell which way the prevailing wind is from a hawthorn tree. And I now return to the North Wheel Basset Lyle's Shaft pumping engine house and the very deep shaft